You're tuned in to Neek at Night, and I am loud, live, and in color at the Diddy Trial. Now, the jury just got their ability to deliberate like an hour ago, and so I am here now. I was set to go. Okay, I had my flight booked. I had my arrangements to come from the airport and get my tail home yesterday, but my phone was blowing up and y'all did not allow me to leave. Okay, my family was like, no, don't stay. My supporters was like, no, don't stay. My friends was like, no, stay. Don't leave. They did not want me to leave. So I am here loud, live, and in color. So we are on verdict watch. Now, the jury has already picked a four-person, okay? They already picked a four-person, and the four-person is someone by the name or someone by the number of juror number 5. Now, I'm hearing, I ain't the one to gossip or anything, but I'm hearing that juror number 5 is a black woman, all right? Now, what that means, I don't know. Just because you're the four-person doesn't mean that everybody will agree with you. Now, I remember I covered the ASAP Rocky trial, and the person that was the holdout vote was the four-person against everyone else. So just because you're the four-person doesn't mean that one way or another. So the four-person I'm hearing, or they just reported, is juror number 5. And then I'm hearing that juror number 5 is a black woman. Now, the jury just sent in a note. So they are off to the races already, okay? They came in and they're getting down to business. Let me refresh my laptop to see what the note is, okay? I'm gonna try to give you guys all of the up-to-the-minute news as it comes in. Now, Diddy is in the courtroom with his lawyers, and then his family is in a room off to the side. Now, y'all, fit check. Hold on, let me go back for y'all to see fit. I don't know if y'all can really get into. I don't know if y'all can really get into it, but we're gonna have to get somebody to hold the camera so that we can get into the fit, okay? I can't even pull it up. But anyways, so, all right, so it says, we have received a note from the jury. They elected juror number 5 as the four-person. It is signed by juror number 5, and there is an agreement on the laptop. It will be taken into them, and so that was that. So it says, during the court adjournment, at least for now, Sean Combs is still in the courtroom. Family members are standing in the second room. Combs goes back to speak with them, holding his hand behind his back, and then to the table staring at the laptop. So we are off to the races. Put you guys' predictions in the chat. What do you think the verdict is going to be? Now, there are several charges, and a lot of people don't even understand what the charges are. They don't even understand when they say this is not a DV case. This is not a this case. They don't understand that a lot of those things are predicate acts to support the bigger charge. Those are supporting instances that make up for the bigger charge. So a lot of people don't understand, and I might take the time to explain some of that for you guys, because people are not understanding what's really at stake here. What's the charges? Now, a lot of times when they were going over the jury instruction and they were trying to get certain language, they kept referencing R. Kelly case, okay? So they were like, oh, this was worded this way in R. Kelly case, da-da-da-da. So they were framing a lot of the language around some of that. So I'm going to be interested to know how the jury takes that in. Now, if you guys want to hear some of the charge instructions, I can go over that with you guys as well. I got my laptop. I'm ready to go. I had to get them braids out my hair, okay? Because the braids just wasn't giving what it needed to give, okay? Period. It wasn't giving all of me, okay? You guys are predicting hung jury, not guilty, guilty. So many things in the chat. I mean, it's a lot of different opinions. All right, so it says at 1:27 p.m., The judge stated and says, we have received a note from the jury that we have a juror number 25, who we believe cannot follow your instructions. What? The drama is already happening. We have one juror that is not gonna follow the instructions already. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see my laptop, but that was the, okay, so let me calm down because what? They said we got somebody that don't want to follow your instructions, Judge. Oh, they're going there. All right. It says we have received a note from the jury that we have a juror number 25, who we believe cannot follow your instructions. I would like to meet with the court about it. Child, so I don't know if I should end my live and go in there so I can hear it for myself. They said, listen, Judge, they're not listening, period. So what is that? So what I'm going to predict that means, somebody went in there with their mind made up, and they probably, and I'm just going to take a guess, that they probably went in there and they probably said, this is my verdict no matter what. I don't care what y'all say. This is what it is, period. Because what do they mean? They're not following the instructions. I'm going to predict that they went in there and they said, I'm not listening. This is what I'm voting this way. And what do y'all think that is? Probably somebody voting not guilty or guilty, and they're standing firm on that. Let me refresh to see if there is anything else. Y'all said go inside. I mean, I'm looking at Inner City Press, so I'm not really missing it. It's just me listening for myself. But, all right, so the prosecutor said, may we have a moment to digest what Your Honor has proposed? This is very sensitive, all right? And then Combs' attorney says, I suggest we just tell them it is early. You are just getting started. If there are further instructions, please let us know. Oh my God, child, to be a fly on the wall in that jury room. Can you imagine? They're already in shambles. Already, they've only been in there an hour, and they're calling in the red flag saying, Judge, somebody's not playing ball in here. And then they're like, it's too early for this. What? Okay, so the prosecution said, if we go that route, we suggest instructing the jurors it is important not to include any information about what is going on in the jury room. We are looking at U.S. v. Baker. All right, so, child, child, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Now, it is an acquired taste over here, and we know that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't for everybody. We are not for everybody. But, child, it's given. It's probably going to be hung already. I mean, they can't get on one accord in 1 hour. They can't even play ball or play nice in 1 hour. There's already drama where they're telling the judge that, and they're snitching on each other. What? So, wow. So let's continue. I'm refreshing my laptop and looking and getting it to you guys right when it says, let's see. All right, he hasn't updated, but you know what? I'm probably gonna go. I'm probably gonna go in and listen, but I just feel like as soon as I go up there, they're gonna probably have it resolved, and then we're gonna be sitting again, just sitting there. So I don't know. How do I put a poll up for you guys? I don't know how to put a poll up, but I might have to bump my flight up. We might get to the meat and potatoes tomorrow. Um, all right, he has not. I think there's what's the other person that you telling me to ask Uda? I could see Uda right here. Uda's in my line of sight. He ain't inside. What am I gonna ask him? We in the same boat. We both outside, standing outside. Hey, Tisa. Hey.
Girl, looking good.
You want to say hi to the people? They always be excited to see you.
Hey guys, what's going on? Look at Miss Sexy. Got fitted button to the top.
Right. So they said that one of the jurors, juror number 25, they already telling the judge that they are not following instructions. What is your prediction on that?
I actually don't know. I'm actually about to go live and talk about it, but I was talking to a few people in the courtroom. They think what it is they're saying that the person is either refusing to follow instructions because of their feelings or they're refusing to follow the law. Diddy's team is like, nah, keep them in. Let's just see how it goes. And the prosecution is like, I don't know, because they're going to have to bring an alternate in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So everybody, again, there is never any dull moment with the Diddy trial. So, yeah.
Well, she's about to go live, so
right.
I don't want to hold her too long, but
right,
thank you. But, yeah, so that is pretty interesting. So what do y'all think? Do you think that they should keep the person there that's not following the instructions? Or should they keep on going with the person that is there? You know, somebody is predicting a payment. Oh my, oh my. Now, earlier, like a week or so ago, there was some type of issue with one of the jurors where they said an outside source contacted them and said, hey, are you juror number such and such? And asked, are they on the Diddy trial? So I don't know if other jurors were contacted by outside people, but you never know. You never know. All right. So let's see. Let me try to get the latest and the greatest to y'all. All right, so he hasn't updated again. But who's the other feed that is live tweeting? I think it was, hold on. It was another feed that's live tweeting. Oops. I think is it P. Diddy Trial updates? I don't know. No, I was looking at Inner City Press. It's somebody else other than Inner City Press. Yes, so I don't know. I'll let y'all know when there's an update. I'll let y'all know what happens because this is getting good, okay? This is already getting juicy, and we have not even been more than an hour in, okay? We have not been already into an hour of deliberations, and they already have somebody. So what that means, I don't know. Will they replace them? Will they keep them? What will happen? And the juror that decides that they do not want to play ball, do you think their holdout is on the guilty side, or do you think that they're firm on not guilty side? Because there's emotions on both sides. There are people who feel as though he's a monster, and then there are people who feel like this is an overreach. They feel like he was overcharged. They feel like he should not be on trial for nothing more than domestic violence, even though he was flying in for the triple decker special. So, what do you guys think that person's state of mind is? I'm waiting to hear from y'all. Oh, thank you. I wish y'all could see my. I'm gonna show y'all my shoes too. Hold on, hold on. So this is what the shoes look like. Okay, so y'all can see the full thing. If I get somebody, hey, how you doing? What's your thoughts so far? You want to talk to the people? You gotta come around. All right, hey, introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, I'm not sure everybody know. I'm Mama Flip. How you doing? I've been here from the very beginning. Actually, I've been here since the bail, since the bail hearing. Do you guys know who I am?
This
You
is
know who I am?
Queen Flip's mom.
Okay,
Go
so she
ahead.
doesn't know. I normally like you guys to guess, but that's okay. You blew me up early.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Oh, sorry for the B word. So pretty much I'm here as an advocate. I'm the supporter of all the survivors, and I know that we're going through some changes in our community, but I actually do believe that Diddy has done some of these horrific activities to the survivors. So I pause on the word activity because I don't want to shade, I don't want to shame, I don't want to say that his lifestyle is wrong. But what I'm saying is what he used, his company he used, and all the legal means in order to maintain the lifestyle is what I have a problem with. And I totally believe the survivors when the survivors said that he did some of these harmful things to them. Because there's no reason why these survivors would take time of their day, especially Cassie, who has a beautiful new husband and children, is going to come out here and tell us her salacious, disastrous, horrible, horrific experiences. She would have took her money and kept it moving. But a lot of people don't want to see it that way. And as for Jane, you know I believe Jane, even though Jane is complicated as a survivor, I do believe Jane also. Because if you understand as a survivor, and we like to say me too, if you understand the survivors and the wording and everything, that you be able to tell and detect who's telling the truth and who's not. So thank you for your time. So now we're waiting for verdict.
What do you think about? There was a note from the jurors that said that juror number 25 is refusing to follow the judge's instruction.
So if juror number 5 is refusing,
25.
25 is refusing to follow the judge's instruction, then it looked like it may be a hung jury. So that means juror number 25 is probably a supporter, most likely. And we might have a hung jury. And if we have a hung jury, then we're going to have to do this all over again. Okay? And I had a fear about that was going to happen because one of the survivors had to be let go as a result of lying. And there was some conversation about another juror. They were talking about juror number 7. But I guess juror number 25 is it. And we'll see what they said. What was the last thing that came out and said? They're not following instructions.
They were trying to figure out instructions to give them. I think the family is about to come out right now.
Okay. Okay.
But they were just trying to figure out how they were going to navigate the issue.
Okay.
And then I didn't see an update yet after.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see, guys. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be surprised if he's found not guilty in our current political environment and what's going on as far as not believing in women, and especially everything we know about going on in politics and with the Washington D.C. because we know who's in charge. So I wouldn't be surprised. But that doesn't mean that he's innocent. That's all I'm saying. And if he does get out, and I've said that to his family member, Tolucci, him and I had an amazing conversation, he needs to get help. Because guess what? A lot of people are so concerned about him. This is game, and he's just talking to his girls. He's doing whatever he want to do, and then the government is overreach. We're coming after the black man of excellence. I heard all of that. The fact is, if he gets out, good for him, good for his family. But he needs help, because guess what? He's not going to stop, guys. They arrested him the day before he was supposed to turn himself in because he was doing a freak-off or setting up a freak-off for Jane. He didn't stop after the feds knocked on his door. He didn't stop right before he was about to turn himself in, and he's not going to stop now. So if he doesn't get help, both in all substance and every situation, then we're going to find ourselves back in, just like we did with Kells. Kells got away with it the first time, and we got him the second time. So I'm just saying, so he needs help. He needs to bless God if that's what's going to happen, and we have to keep it moving. But if it's a hang jury, we're going to do it all over again.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, that's Mama Flip. Do you have social media that can follow you?
Yes, it's Mama Flip Slots. That's MAMASFLIP Slots. SLOTS. So we play slots also, but we also do advocacy. Thank you. Okay,
All
bye.
right.
So that's
Thank
what everybody
you.
was freaking out about.
Yeah.
Everybody's online freaking out. Oh my God. We have half the survivors are saying, I can't breathe. The other one, he's getting out.
Right, right. Yeah. So that's causing the uproar right now.
Thank you so
Yes.
much
All
for
right.
talking to
Thank
me.
you.
All right, guys.
All right. So you wanna? Oh, so they haven't given us an update yet. So I'm gonna keep refreshing my laptop and finding out what this all means and what is the outcome. Now I'm here, staying here, and a lot of you guys told me, Neek, do not leave, because y'all know I was thinking about leaving. Okay, I had even booked my flight home. But y'all told me, Neek, no, we need you there. We need you boots on the ground. So hopefully y'all are supporting. Now you can support for free by just simply hitting the like button, hitting the share button, and letting people know where to get the information of the boots on the ground coverage. Or, y'all can hit that Cash App or Super Chat as well. Now, Stevie Ray just put my Cash App in the comment section, so you guys are able to do that there. But, we got to do the fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, fit check, okay? And all of that. Yes, I stayed. I had to get them braids out of my hair, though. I told y'all that. And all while I've been talking to you guys, there has been news media walking around with their cameras, coming up to me outside of y'all view. So I didn't even ask the lady what station it was, because I just was talking to y'all. Okay? But there are cameras all around here. Now, it was so funny too. So, I ain't a stranger to taking the subway. And I had like got from around the corner, and there was a Fox 11 news right outside of a subway stop. So I get out, and when I get out, the guy he has his cameraman, and then he has his Fox 11 news mic. And then as soon as I hit the corner, he's like, "Hey, you look like somebody that needs to be on TV. You look like you need to be on the news." And I was like, "Oh, that his cameraman comes up to me, and they're like, "We're talking about subsidized housing here in New York." And I'm like, "I don't live in New York." He was like, "Do you have a subsidized house?" I was like, "I don't live in New York." He was like, "Oh." So that was funny. That was interesting, because right off the bat, as soon as I got off of the subway, he was like, "Let's grab her. I don't live out here. I don't know about y'all housing stuff and all that." Now, if you want to talk about California, all of that type of stuff right there, then I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. But yeah, you said he tried to profile me. I mean, it is what it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said a refreshing drink on me. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that. We'll take you. Somebody said we want to hear about Diddy and not you. Hold on, hold on. Let me help you out, honey. Let me help you out, because if you didn't know what the name of the channel said, I mean, there ain't no Diddy update right now. If you want to hear about Diddy, then rewind the tape. You see all these content creators out here, honey? That means all of these different people around here with cameras out and tripods are live. All right? Okay. But anyways, anyways, child, so let me look and see. Let me refresh. Let's see if there's any updates. But but shout out to y'all for encouraging me. Shout out to the content creators who encouraged me to stay. Shout out to my family, because my family was not playing about me, okay, with this. They're like, "No, Neek, what we gotta do to keep you out there?" My aunties, my mama, my cousins, they all help, and they all like, "Listen, your baby is straight." Because that was my main concern with staying out here, was my daughter. Okay, I was so like, okay, I've been here for 2 weeks. I've been away from my child too long, and believe it or not, this is the longest that I've ever been away from my daughter, okay? Like anytime that I've gone on any type of vacation or any type of thing, I have only been gone a week. And then when I went on a cruise, I took her with me, so we were on a cruise for a while, and she was with me. So shout out to my family for making sure that my daughter was straight and that I didn't have anything to worry about, because that was my biggest concern, because I'm like, I'm one of those type of people who I don't like to throw my responsibilities off on anybody else. So luckily, school is out, and luckily, it's an easy transition. So shout out to my mom, my aunties, my cousins, my family, my friends, everybody who helped, and stay me in my purpose, okay? I appreciate y'all so much, because y'all, Tisa Tells just stated that juror number 5 wants out of the case. Oh, okay. Let me see if there was an update. Not they already want to sub in an alternate, but hey, that's why they have alternates, in case there is something like that happens. Something like that happens, they can, hold on, wait. We done lost connection. Thank you. All right, let's see. All right, let me see what's the latest and the greatest. All right. So, I don't really know. All right, let me close my laptop, and I'm gonna move around so that I can talk to some other people, see what some other people are feeling. And then we're gonna lose the mic in a second, because I need to plug up my charger to it. All right, so hold on one second. Let me put up my laptop. Hold on, I feel like this thing is all in my grill. Them likes are not liking. Y'all is playing games with them likes, and I don't appreciate it. Those likes, to the amount of people that's viewing, is lightweight disrespectful. Like, literally, a like is free, and it's not hard to do. Hey, how you doing? Literally, a like is not hard. Sheehan. A like is not hard to do, and y'all are playing games. But let's get some other people on the stream. Uda, let's talk to Uda, y'all. Uda, you said everybody on 10?
Flipping everybody on 10, flipping.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Everybody on 10
Here,
out
let
here.
me get you on mine since you.
What's going on?
All right, so I always be stepping into Uda live. Let me have him step into mine.
Hola, mamita. ¿Qué te pasa contigo? Look, mami. Step my 3 step. Look, 3. Yo, watch out for my. That's my wife. Chill. With the peppers and onions, live. Riz guard.
What you think is going on so far? They said one of the jurors is not following instructions.
I don't know, man. What happened, man? Is this a fix? Why we got this late in the game and now they talk about jurors ain't paying attention? What's going on? I don't know.
They said they're not following instructions.
That's crazy to not be following instructions. First of all, you just got the instructions. What had happened? What had happened? They just gave you the instructions.
Right.
What's going on? What grade level did you go? I don't know, man. I don't know.
You think it's intimidation going on inside of there?
I wouldn't put nothing past nothing, but I just think it's a big moment. It's a lot going on. Some people can't contain themselves, maybe talking a little bit too much, maybe just doing a little too much. This is a lot of weight that's riding on these people's shoulders. Right now, they are some of the most important people in America right now, and any one of us do not want to be them, do not want to have their decision unless we was the one that said, yo, look, I want all of y'all to say yes. Y'all should say yes. And then I'm going to be the one that say no, and I'm going to get the bag, and I'm going to get the Dateline interviews. Because this ain't about nothing but an all-up, so I'm just going to get my money. Yeah, so that's what I did. That's why they didn't make me a jury. They did the right thing.
All right, some of you guys are putting mistrial in the chat. Once the jury gets the verdict, once the jurors get the case, there's no more mistrial or anything like that. It's only could be guilty, not guilty, or hung jury. There's no more mistrial. We're past the stage of mistrial. Mistrial is before they do closing arguments. Actually, once they start doing closing arguments, we're way past the threshold of a mistrial. So anything going on from here is in the juror's hand. It is their decision if they want to say, I'm going to say not guilty, I'm going to say guilty, I'm going to say, this, that. What do you think the verdict will be?
I don't know what the verdict would be, man, but I just know that the way we all feel a little rushed because the Judge Arun has said that they envisioning this case wrapping up by July 4th. But I don't want the jury to feel pressured or any rush. If they don't reach a decision by July 4th, don't reach it yet. Take your time, maybe take the weekend. Maybe you might have to have a drink on this and a think at the same time. Some things you don't took a drink and had to contemplate on. Some things is sober. Maybe after July 4th, go through that, come back on Monday, maybe you have a clearer head, you won't feel as rushed, and then you make your decision. Because all 12 have to make the decision. All 12 have to say yes. So what are you doing? Why rush that? Let's say 8 people in there is saying, yo, yes, he's guilty. And then the 4 people are left. So then the 8 people is going to have to convince the 4, right? Or the 4 going to have to convince the 8. I don't like the odds. Most likely the 8 is going to try to convince the 4. Yes. So that needs time. That may not happen in 3 days. So they may need 5 days for that.
You can talk directly.
That's what I'm saying. They might need 5 days for that, is what I'm saying. At least. Just take
Real
those
Rap
weekend
Show
days.
is getting his content over here. Oh, thank you, Uda. Shout out where they can find you.
OOTAONGO, Uda on Go. You already know. Shout out to my girl, Neek. She's still here rocking out. Y'all already know we need Neek in the building. Neek is the realest one.
Right.
With
And
the
somebody,
GU on.
I'm going to tell you what somebody DM me, too. Right. Said,
Hate in the air?
yeah.
It's all good. Hate be hating. It's all good. Judas, same one. Same one, Judas.
All right, can y'all still hear? I took the mic off because I had to put my power bank. Real Rap Show, I want to talk to you really quickly. Now, Real Rap Show, y'all definitely have to see his coverage because he is always documenting everything that's happening outside. So he has the behind the scenes like no other. He has all of the family coming in, going out. He has all of the drama that's happening. He literally gets it all. Tell them how they can find you. I believe I said it, but
The Real Rap Show on YouTube. Straight out, The Real Rap Show is so lit. Everybody's seen it already.
all right. So what's your thoughts so far?
I'm undecided.
You undecided?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a decision on any of them?
You think you're on his side?
Between guilty and not guilty.
Say the
On
wrong
any of
thing,
the charges or any
like
of
this,
the,
no, you the sniper.
things?
No, I said mama been on smoke.
I'm in suspense.
Okay. So he don't know. But we're gonna see, we're gonna talk to some more people. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Real Rap Show
Yes, sir.
because he is documenting all of the content that everybody else misses. He gives it to you. He doesn't really do commentary. He just peeping the scene like a fly on the wall.
Film, baby. I just filmed.
Yeah, it's like a fly on the wall. He just got the camera going around, okay? So definitely check him out.
All right, peace, y'all. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We're gonna go with that because it's gotta dry.
All right, y'all, so we're gonna move around a little bit more. Let's see, Let me show y'all the atmosphere. Ooh, sorry. Let me show y'all the atmosphere out here. And ironically, while we're on verdict watch, it's a little bit more calmer today. Like, all of the days leading up to this point was a complete circus and a complete zoo. And today, as you've seen, like, this area right here was crowded. It was a lot of drama. It was a lot of arguments. And I guess people are on suspense right now because there's not a lot of crowding right here. It's a lot quieter, and it's a lot more media as well. Like, you see so many more media people in their tents doing their coverage. A lot of people out here, but a lot of the crazies are simmered down. So I'm gonna keep talking to y'all, and I'm gonna go back over to where I was so that I can set up my laptop and get the updates as they come in. But if y'all have not hit the like button, hit the like button. Say hi. They were saying hi to you in the chat.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
All
Y'all
right.
make sure y'all follow okay, what's your name?
Nika Knight.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Nika Knight. She's been here. She's an in-courtroom observer, and that's very, very different from somebody sitting in a studio somewhere getting second and third hand information, because when you're in the courtroom, you can hear the inflection in the voice of the prosecutor, the inflection in the voice of the cross-examination, the witnesses, and it makes a big, big difference, and you can see the body language. She's been here every day.
What do you think so far is going on in the jury room?
I think we're headed toward a mistrial.
Hung jury.
Hung jury, that's, yeah. Or mistrial, one of the two, hung jury. That's from what I hear. I think that'll be a good thing for Puff. I think if that's the case, his lawyers put in the paperwork to get him bail and he gets out.
All right.
Take care.
All right. So that's where we at with it right now. I'm gonna see. Ooh, make sure my butt ain't coming out, child. I ain't trying to flash nobody. My shirt start rising up. I mean, my little shirt dress done start rising up. But yeah, so a lot of people say, like, at this point, a lot of people say mistrial.
What's your name?
Neek.
For real, you never. I've been trying to stop you for 18,000 weeks.
Oh, it's Neek from
You done
Cali.
changed your hair.
Yeah.
You done
I be moving and grooving.
from braids.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
Yeah, I be trying to stay out the mix. I be swooshing by.
Oh my gosh. What can you IG?
It's on. Is this Instagram?
Yes.
There I go.
There I go. There I go. There I go.
All right,
Love.
thank you. All right, hold on. Let me make sure my phone is charging. All right. So y'all, I be moving and grooving. Y'all see, I be moving around. Certain stuff be going on. Certain people, I be skating by. You know what I'm saying? I be skating by. But let me get back to my little area. Right here. I'm glad nobody came into my area. All right, let me make sure, is my thing, let me make sure it's charging. Wait, how do I make sure? Hold on. Hopefully it's charging. But y'all, the way you, somebody said I'm on the shade room. The way you stay up out of the circus is you gotta breeze through it. And that's what I be doing. I be breezing through. Real fast. Somebody said y'all just see me on the shade room. Oh, okay. Stay hydrated, yes. They say you on the shade room. Okay. I gotta check that out. Hey. I gotta check that out. But yeah, so that's the key to sticking and moving out here, okay? You see craziness going on, you gotta go this way. Then you gotta go that way. And then you gotta zoom real fast. I be hearing people calling my name and all of that. They be like, hey, and I be I'll be zooming past, child. But yeah, it's hot out here, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I just did too much just now. Now I done worked up a sweat, and it ain't even really did a lot. Whew, honey, girl, you are not young anymore. Calm yourself down. All right, let me pull out my laptop. Let's see what's going on. Make sure y'all hitting the like button, and thank y'all for joining the stream. Okay, thank y'all for joining the stream and watching and hanging out with me, because we have stayed boots on the ground for a reason. Okay, and at the way that this is going so far, I'm going to assume that we're gonna have some type of resolution by Wednesday. I'm hoping, because after Wednesday, child, I'm not gonna be able to continue any longer. But if there's anybody else who comes through this way, I'm gonna try to snag some other people so that you guys can talk to them. And then when my phone charges up enough, then I'm going to put my mic back on. Hold on one second. Let me go to... All right, so it says, Judge, do we have agreed upon response? And okay, so they're still trying to decide what or how to deal with this juror issue. All right, so it says the judge asked the attorneys if they had a agreed upon response, and it says Diddy's attorney says, no, we do not. And then the prosecutor says, Ms. Slavic has emailed it to Chambers, not in docket. And the judge says, do we have the defense proposal? And they are emailing it. So then the judge says, I would refer to have a neutral response like the government draft response. That's the one I'll use. I'll put on the court's letterhead, Combs Agnifilo. It says, there is no suggestion. The juror will not follow instructions. So our proposal is, I don't want to suggest to the jury that there is any particular time they must deliberate. I don't want to tell them they just started. I'm going with the government version. We'll print this out and send it. All right, so they sound like they're already over deliberating. They're asking how long we got to go through this. Oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Just from the stuff that they're sending in, the correspondence that's going on, it is heated in there. I'm gonna tell you, it is heated in there. They already talking about how long they have to deliberate. They literally just started deliberating 2 hours ago. Why is that even a topic? We're 2 hours in. So I'll let y'all know what happens. It is a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. Oh, the family is here. Hold on. Let me try to catch the family. Everybody's running. I can't run, child. I got a lot going on. They running trying to catch the family. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch them for y'all, but I'll try. Child. I got on big clunkers. I'ma stand right here. I'ma get it from, oh, excuse me. I'ma try to get it from. Are they coming out or going in?
They're coming out. Going in. Going in.
Okay. Oops, sorry. All right, let me get in where I fit in, y'all. All right, hold on. Let me scooch.
It's like the best angle.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me clean y'all off.
judge's instructions. What that means, we don't know.
All right, so we're waiting for them to get out of the car. I can't zoom in because we on live. It don't let me zoom in, child. Oh yeah, dude, hold on.
Hello, we're here for what might not be the last day. Waiting for somebody to exit.
They haven't stepped out yet, y'all. When they open the door, I'll let y'all know. They haven't stepped out yet.
Some might have been excited verdict. I think they're waiting on the semi for the second. Probably guilty. The longer it takes to reach verdict, the better it looks for Diddy. So in some sense,
Okay, they're opening up the door, guys. Here they come, y'all. We'll catch them when they walk around. Hold on, let me set this down.
I was just listening to that song we did together.
All right, so this is Nicole Westmoreland. She is the one that cooked Dawn on the stand. She had Dawn looking so crazy, and she had her looking like a fool. So y'all definitely check out Nicole Westmoreland. She is an excellent attorney. Now we're gonna see who else is coming out, but this is her right here. And she, you know, they're saying big things come in small packages. She's a little itty bitty thing. She's a little bitty thing. All right, so they didn't get out right there. Their attorney's walking this way.
I'm glad you're here. You know a lot more info than I do. I'm just listening to you.
Oh, what's your thoughts so far?
I think it's interesting about the jury situation. What that either means, my opinion, is that there's one person who has an opposite view of the others. Maybe that there's one person who feels he's guilty and the others don't. And you're trying to throw a wrench to like get that guy out. My assumption is the jury want to make a decision. One guy doesn't. So the jury might be saying he wasn't properly following instructions or properly looking at procedures, and therefore he should be disqualified. I would say that probably looks good for Diddy in a way, because they might have all been settled that he's not guilty in a lot of this and might have singled out one guy. It might be the reverse, but I'd be more surprised. Also, the longer it takes, the better it looks for Diddy. The longer it takes to reach a verdict, usually if you think, oh, he's guilty automatically, then they're going to deliberate for an hour, and that's happened before, even in federal cases, and then they'll deliver a verdict. It's already been quite a few hours. We'll probably not even get a verdict today. So I would say that's good. The more time that passes, the better it is for Diddy.
All right, so shout out your channel.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's Dodge, like the car, D-O-D-G-E, and Landesman, L-A-N-D-E-S-M-A-N. And shout out your channel for my audience.
My channel is Nick at Night.
Nick at Night. I like it. Better than Nick at Night. They got some issues. But Nick at Night we can watch.
All right.
You gotta subscribe to Nick at Night. Thank you. Thank you for letting me come off your info too.
All right, thank you. Nothing going on that way? They just left? Yeah. Right. Say hi to the people.
Yes, they sneak out that way. That's why I'm like.
So everybody is on watch. All right, let me get back to my post, y'all. Let me get back to my post. They just let the attorney out. Nicole Westmoreland got out, and then hold on. All right. Nicole Westmoreland got out, and then that was it. No other family was in the family car. So back to my post. Back to my post. No, these are not Marc Jacob. I got these from Shein, child. I got these from Shein. Hold on, let me. All right. Somebody said, let's go. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna try to get some more people to talk to y'all as well, but let me pull out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to do a poll on here. I want to do a poll.
First right, first left, second right. There's an ice cream back. They ran out of ice cream, so many ice creams last night. But guess what I saw when I looked at the list? Almond cookies. They gave me that thing was so good.
They proved the RICO. Neek, what's the next case you would cover? Well, I'm definitely going to cover Naziah Harris case. Now, whether or not I fly into Detroit, I don't think so because they're covering it and they're streaming it. So I don't think I'll go to Detroit for that. But I'm going to cover that. And then I'm also got a couple of other ones. Y'all know what case is coming up next? Rhoda Osmond. Now, if you guys don't remember, she was the brick lady. And her case is going to trial July 24th. So if you guys remember, she was the one who was in Houston and she said that she got hit by a brick. And then the police turned around and said that she was lying and that she wasn't telling the truth. And so they are taking her to trial for lying, okay? So what does that say about her? To where they did not arrest the guy who she alleged was hitting her with a brick. They also say that they saw the incident on video and they decided to and then charge her, okay? And they're taking her to trial. So that trial starts, I believe, in July, I think July 24th or something like that. That's the most recent case that's next, but I don't think I'm gonna fly to Houston for that. If they stream it live, then I'll cover it, but I already was away from my daughter for this, so I don't think I'm gonna turn right back around and go to Houston. I don't think so. So if it's online, then we will cover it. Somebody says she's a brick house. She's mighty, making it all hang out. Thank you. But yeah. The stakes are high. So let me pull out my laptop. Let's see what's going on. Somebody said, what happened to the braids? They had to go. It was time. The braids, they had an expiration date. The braids had an expiration date because although I refreshed the front, like I rebraided the front of the braids, the rest of the braids was ratchet. And I don't be liking my hair to be looking raggedy. So it was giving business and fresh in the front and raggedy in the back. Somebody said, I live in Houston. We can't wait for the brick lady debacle. I know that's right. I know that's right, child. What y'all think the outcome gonna be from that? All right, let me get an update. Let me pull out the handy dandy laptop. You know, we love a good laptop that can pull up the information. And I actually, do y'all want to hear some of the prosecution's closing argument? While we're here, I mean, we got nothing but time. I could show y'all the prosecution's closing arguments as well. I do have the transcripts and I have my handy dandy laptop. All right, so let me see what's the latest with Inner City Press. All right, they don't have any updates on Inner City Press, but somebody said no. Child, Somebody said yes, show and tell. Child, we're gonna go with the majority. But y'all know y'all can support the channel. All right. Somebody said, can we get the public interview? We can, but let me let my phone charge up a little bit because I like to have my mic plugged in, and I can't have my mic plugged in and my phone charging at the same time. So let me let my phone charge up a little bit, and then I'll go back talking to people. All right, so let me pull up the closing arguments of the prosecution and read them to you guys. I have the closing argument from the prosecution, and I have the transcripts for the defense as well. So let's get into it. Do y'all want me to continue the defense closing arguments because I stopped at a point, or do we want to get into, because I think we'll go with the prosecution. We're gonna go to the summation. All right. I already started reading the defense in a separate video. We're gonna read some of the prosecution. If you guys want me to go to the defense summation, we have nothing but time, okay? So let me just start off by reading some of the closing arguments from the prosecution. So it starts off, and let me turn this way. Or hold on. Actually, let me do this. All right, I feel like it's not a good angle lighting wise, but it's a good angle. Hold on. I'm trying to get a good angle so that I can read it and be in frame. All right, so let's read it. All right. So it says, over the last several weeks, you've learned a lot about Sean Combs. He's the leader of a criminal enterprise. He doesn't take no for an answer. And now you know about many crimes the defendant committed with members of his enterprise. Kidnapping one of the defendant's employees, arson, trying to blow up a car, forced labor, including of an employee. The defendant repeatedly essayed bribery of security officer to keep damning evidence against the defendant buried, and of course, the brutal crimes at heart of this case, trafficking. Can you guys hear me clear? Can you guys hear me? It says, you heard all about how the defendant again and again forced, threatened, and manipulated. Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right. So those of you guys just coming in, we're reading the prosecution's closing. You heard all about how the defendant again and again forced, threatened, and manipulated Cassie and Jane into having S with escorts for his own entertainment. Across all of these crimes, the same thing was true. The defendant used power, violence, and fear to get what he wanted. Dozens of witnesses agreed. He doesn't take no for an answer. It says, for now, I want to focus on two specific moments that we're going to come back to in detail later. Two moments 8 years apart, but shockingly similar. The first, March 2016, at the Intercontinental Hotel, during a freak-off with Cassie and an escort, the defendant got violent with Cassie. Cassie tried to flee. She ran out of the hotel room without shoes on. You saw what happened. The defendant threw her to the ground. He dragged her to the freak-off. The second, 2024, at Jane's house, the defendant and Jane got into a fight. It got physical. The defendant kicked, choked, and slapped Jane. She ran away from him into her backyard. She couldn't get away. He dragged her back to the house by her hair, and then he forced her into a freak-off. He wouldn't take no for an answer. These two incidents are separated by years, but they're not separate stories. They're chapters in the same book. The story of Sean Combs, the criminal enterprise he led, made up of his inner circle. Again and again, that criminal enterprise serviced the defendant's every desire through methodical pattern of violence, coercion, and manipulation. The defendant counted on silence and shame to keep his crimes hidden. He thought that his fame, wealth, and power put him above the law. But over the course of this trial, his crimes have been exposed. It says, over the last 7 weeks, you've realized how he managed to do this. All the members of his close inner circle and small army of personal staff who made it their mission to meet the defendant's every desire, to promote his power and protect his reputation at all costs. It says no one could stop him, and he managed to do this for 2 decades because he used his inner circle, his money, and his influence to cover up his crimes. He wouldn't take no for an answer. This summation is the government's chance to explain how all the evidence that came in, sometimes in bits and pieces and sometimes out of order, to explain how this evidence connects to show beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty of each of the 5 counts charged in this case. I'm going to be speaking with you for a while. Over the last 7 weeks, there has been a lot of evidence and we have a lot to talk about. So let's give you a roadmap of what I'm going to cover with you today. First, I'm going to talk about the crimes that the defendant is charged with. And second, I'm going to talk about how the evidence fits together. It says, and shows that the defendant is guilty of those crimes. Before I start talking about the charges, though, let me be clear on a very important point. Judge Summarian will instruct you on the law. He is the authority on the law, and you must follow his instructions. But as I go through evidence, I'm going to talk about some of the instructions on the law that I expect the judge will give to you. I'm going to start with racketeering conspiracy charged in the count 1. That's about the defendant and his inner circle who committed crimes with and for the defendant. We'll talk about the crimes that they agreed to commit: drug distribution, kidnapping, bribery, arson, forced labor, obstruction and witness tampering, trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. The last 2 categories, trafficking and transportation for prostitution, those are charged as standalone counts 2. Count 2 and count 4 charge the defendant with using force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion to cause both Cassie and Jane to have with male escorts. Count 3 and 5 charge the defendant with transportation across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. We'll talk about all these counts in detail, and just one more point before we get into it. There is a lot of evidence in this case. I'm going to use these slides to go over that evidence with you this morning. And on 2 slides, as I speak, I'll sometimes refer to the exhibits or portions of the transcript. You should feel free to write any of these down in case you want to review any of the evidence later as you're deliberating. Let me see. Can you guys hear me? Are y'all still here? Press 1 if y'all can hear me. All right, it says, so let's start talking about count 1, the racketeering conspiracy. It says, okay, all right. Y'all kind of went silent in the chat for a second. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. All right, so she said, you may have heard the term racketeering before. You may have heard the term racketeering before in the context of mafia or organized crime, but the concept is simple. The law recognizes that when someone commits a crime as part of a group, what the law calls an enterprise, they're more powerful and more dangerous. That's what happened here. The defendant was a very powerful man but he became more powerful and more dangerous because of the support of his inner businesses, the enterprise. So what is an enterprise? It's not a complicated or special thing. As I expect the judge will tell you later, under the law, an enterprise is just a group of people who come together for a common purpose of engaging in common course of conduct. And that's exactly what happened here. A group of people, hold on, somebody's walking by with music. I'm gonna mute you real quick, hold on. Somebody walked right over here and started playing music. I'm gonna have to relocate, y'all. That is so annoying. One second, y'all. I was trying to see if he was gonna move around. You covering the case? You want to talk to the people?
I was in the industry.
He turned it down, y'all. Thank you for turning it down.
I was in the music industry at that time, you know.
Oh, you were? What you think? Guilty, not guilty?
I don't think, really, I don't really think that,
You gotta come closer, they can't hear you.
personally, I don't think he's guilty. I don't think they have enough facts. You know, basically, you know, Cassie, you know, she was a willing participant in all of these, you know, freak-offs or whatever you want to call it, orgies. The same thing with a lot of these witnesses. And it's hard to really prove a RICO case because, you know, P. Diddy wasn't in the mob or anything like that, and he didn't really use Bad Boy Records as an enterprise. And a lot of people saying that, you know, he forced these people, you know, to use drugs and all that stuff. Nobody forced you to do anything because, you know, I was in the industry at the time, and there was so many people that just wanted to be down. They were willing to sell their soul and willing to do anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Just make sure on certain words you censor it, but go ahead.
well, you could do that.
No, I can't, it's live, so you gotta censor it in real time.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead.
All right. Yeah, so, you know, people wanted to do every and anything just to get into the music business, whether it be modeling, producing, or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
rapper, whatever. So this is what happens, you know, and if he goes down, then everybody has to go down because you can really find things on other people as well. So basically, it's in the jurors' hands, but, you know, if it's me, I would say not guilty because the case really looks outrageous and bogus, you know.
Are you on YouTube? Or do you have a channel or anything you want to shout out?
No, I just passing through because, you know, I just wanted to be here, you know. I'm just getting out the house, you know, I have one leg, you know, have a disability. But since I was in the industry, you know, I just wanted to come out and see, you know, I watch all sorts of YouTube videos and stuff. I've seen people that I know on certain YouTube channels, so I figure I'd check it out, you know. I'll shout out a friend of mine, Jeanette, you know, she saved my life, you know, so, you know, it's all good.
All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by.
And it's good meeting you.
Oh, nice. Nice meeting you as well.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right. Who else is out?
Oh, no, you got to look around. It's a lot of us.
Look around. Yeah, but I love your YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. You know, we acquired taste over here.
Uh-huh.
I said we an acquired taste over here.
I want to take a picture with you. Because I have a friend she watches your channel. Because I remember I sent something to her, and she said, wow. She said, my girl. So, you know.
Okay, you can come around here. Come closer, come closer. All right, go ahead. All right, we're gonna be back to reading in a second.
Okay, because she would love this. Okay, I'm getting older now. I'm getting corrupted.
Tick tock, tick tock.
You know how to do this?
All right.
Beautiful.
All right.
She would love it.
All right. Have a good day.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you too.
All right.
Is Mean Gene out here?
It's who?
Gene Deal.
Oh, I don't
Any
know.
of his bodyguards? Anybody like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we couldn't see him.
Yeah, you gotta just walk around. I don't know. But all right, so you too. All right, so let's get back to reading this prosecution's closing arguments. So, all right, so we started out reading the beginning of the closing arguments, and then they're getting into what constitutes an enterprise. So it says, what happened here, a group of people whose common purpose was to serve and protect the defendant. The defendant was at the top of this enterprise. Remember, it's his kingdom. Everyone was there to serve him. So what did serving him mean? Promoting and protecting the defendant's power, reputation, and brand. It meant fulfilling all of the defendant's personal desires, including his desires. It meant enabling the defendant and his inner circle to commit crimes, and it meant protecting and preserving the enterprise, including its leader, the defendant, from law enforcement's detection. You'll be asked to determine whether the government has proved each element of count 1 beyond a reasonable doubt. So let me set out for you the elements of the components of the racketeering conspiracy charged in count 1. As I expect Judge Submaranian will instruct you, there are 4 elements to this charge. First, there was a conspiracy or an agreement to participate in the enterprise. Second, the enterprise affected interstate or foreign commerce. Third, the defendant knowingly and willfully became a member of that agreement. And fourth, that the defendant knowingly and willfully agreed that he or another member of the conspiracy would commit 2 racketeering acts. That just means that the defendant agreed that he or someone else in his enterprise would commit at least 2 different racketeering crimes, which we'll get into. We're going to talk about each element in detail, but first let's start with the enterprise. The first element is that there was a conspiracy or an agreement between 2 or more people to participate in the enterprise. I'm going to call it the Combs enterprise because, as I said a moment ago, the defendant was the leader. I want to be clear that when I say Combs enterprise, I'm not talking about the name of the defendant's company. Combs Enterprises, we'll talk about his companies in a moment, but when I say the Combs enterprise, I'm talking about the group mentioned earlier, the defendant and his trusted inner circle. The defendant was the head of Combs enterprise. It existed to serve his needs, and what he said went. The other members of the conspiracy in the Combs enterprise were the defendant's inner circle. That inner circle was made up of his loyal lieutenants, the chief of staff, and his bodyguards, who helped him satisfy his every desire, promote his power, and control and protect his reputation. Together with the defendant, the inner circle made up of the Combs enterprise. Of course, over the course of 2 decades, the names of some of the individuals changed, but their roles remained the same. First, you have the defendant's chief of staff, KK. You've heard about KK from the very first week of this trial. One witness described KK as the defendant's right brain, and she was one of the defendant's most loyal lieutenants. She lived in his home in Miami. She knew where the defendant was and what he was doing at all times. She even responded, he done turned his music back up. She even responded to messages from the defendant's phone. She made the defendant's life her life. Let me move around because he could turn his music up. Let me move, y'all. Let me move because he done turned it back on and turned it loud. He done slipped something and got in his mode. So let me move, child, because we don't got time to be demonetized, okay? Child, and he's saying the B word. I hope he's not calling me out of my name. Maybe he is, but we don't care. Sorry to come into your corner, but he done turned the music up, blasting over there.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that.
I haven't. All right, y'all. Let me set up my little corner over here. Oh, he's talking shit, talking about he gonna blow somebody's head off. It sounds like he's talking to me, but child, we ain't gonna play them games or entertain. So, child, he better stay over there with all of that. But anyways, so it says, as the chief of staff, she also had a lot of control over the defendant's other staff, and she communicated on his behalf, including with assistance, security, and even the defendant's girlfriends. You said get out of there? All right, he better stay over there. Child, he walking this way.
Come on, that's the guy way. If you come in, let's know, but he got into it with Henny.
Okay, let's go. Come on, walk with me this way. Let me move around, y'all. He walking away the other way. Yeah, I gotta get, oh shoot, hold on, let me move around. Let me find some shade. Child, now he was walking over here. You said it's shade? Juror was asking where I was at.
You want me to tell him you over here? I'm gonna walk to the front.
Okay. Let me walk this way, y'all. I don't got time, but let me move around. Let me move over here to the shade. But anyways, yes, I haven't had no issues the whole time I've been here, child. I haven't had no issues, no run-ins with anybody. But he came over there, literally right where I was, and turned his fucking music up. But, anyways, so hopefully he don't come over here, because we don't have the time. I'm definitely, I feel like this is about to fall over. Okay. He's over there. Like, if he starts coming around this corner, I'll see him. Yeah, he definitely got screws loose. So anyways, so let's continue. Somebody said, call Dexter, he'll handle it. He got mad because I said it's annoying that he would come right there and turn his music up, which it is. Like, why would you come over there where you see several people are live and blast your damn music? Even if people weren't live, like, you don't know that people want to hear that. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would you come over here with all of that? So anyways, let's continue. Oh, maybe I could set my... You said go to where there's more people. I'm on the side. Like, I'm on the side. Somebody said, get your country ass out of New York. Child. Anyways. All right. So it says, as the chief of staff, she also had a lot of control over the defendant's other staff, and she communicated on his behalf, including with assistants, security, and even the defendant's girlfriends. Members of the defendant's security team were also part of that inner circle. The people who were around him virtually 24/7. It says you heard their names repeatedly throughout the trial. And it says D-Rock, Fahim, Uncle Paulie, Bonds, Rube. Some of them, like D-Rock and Uncle Paulie, have been in his life for a very long time. Those lieutenants were particularly loyal, and those armed and ready. They were at the defendant's side for some of the defendant's most violent and threatening acts. For instance, and hopefully y'all can still hear me clear, it says, for instance, remember the incident at Mel's Diner involving Suge, the defendant's rival. After David, James, and D-Rock saw Suge at the diner, they immediately drove home, and D-Rock told the defendant, and then D-Rock and the defendant changed their clothes and armed themselves with guns. They jumped back into the car with David James in the driver's seat and told him to drive back to the diner. The defendant, oh, here comes Juror. I had to move because, yeah, but no, I was over there, and that guy with the towel on his head, he gonna come and start blasting his music, and I'm like, at first I asked him to turn it down, he turned it down, and then he, I don't know what he did, he turned it back on. Thank you. He turned it back on, and then he was like, something bitch, something, like calling me out my name, and then he was acting like he was about to walk up on me, so I started walking this way, because I'm not about to fight no man, and no man with screws loose. Like, get out of here. Yeah, he was like, bitch, I'll blow your head off, bitch.
No.
Yes, that's what he was saying. I don't know if they could hear it, but I can hear it. And oh, yours be blowing too?
Yes, and I just put my bag on there.
Probably.
Got a little weight.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so then I had went to that corner right there away from it. Then he gonna, like, I don't know, grab something and start walking up. And then I start walking more this way. Like, what the hell? Dang. Like, get out of here.
The day is crazy. I had somebody try to help me, and I had to have this. I'm like, look, go about your business.
Right. Like, everything is gonna turn into a goddamn weapon. Somebody said I have a bug in my hair.
Did you get the jury report?
Yeah, what's the latest? I heard about the
Deliberation.
Oh yeah.
I want to know why they. What was the issue?
I don't see no damn bug.
That is crazy.
But yeah, that's just what happened, child. But anyways, you want to tell the people what you think this is the North Carolina Beats own Gerald.
What's up, y'all? I mean, we just out here waiting for the jury. I don't know how it's gonna go. To be honest with you, some people say if you deliberate longer and they get a verdict, it might be not guilty. If they come out quicker, it might be guilty. But you really never know. You know what I'm saying? You really never know what a jury's gonna do. But it's very tense, you know, up in the front. I don't think the family is here. They left. I think they're just on ease or whatever. But other than that, I mean, it's ultimately up to the jury. I personally feel like that, you know, people swing and do it all the time, and they just got one person. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, whatever God has planned for Sean Diddy Combs, then it is what it is, because he has done some stuff in his days. You know what I'm saying? And so if he don't get away, I mean, hey, it's what it is. Who said you're? Oh my gosh, not Martin Lewis. Oh my God.
They've been deliberating for, and I love me some Martin Lewis, and I love Gerald too. I'm not in the middle of whatever y'all got going on, so child, that's
leave
between
that alone.
y'all.
Yeah, that's old news.
Don't be trying to sue Martin now.
No, but Martin, he a trip. I got, you know, we ain't gonna do that though.
But Oh, so they've been deliberating since one?
Yeah, since about 1:30 they've been deliberating.
Yeah. So right now it's what time?
Right now it's
2:53.
But they wasn't even in the deliberation room for like a whole 20 minutes before they come out with a no. So like
they say show our fits. I can't. It's hard to do it.
Oh, let's see, show our fits. Lord have mercy.
I don't want my camera to blow, but go ahead, step back.
You see, I got the Versace right here. I got just some black wash jeans and some Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying?
All right, he can stand here and hold it so I can step back for y'all.
Yes, y'all see Neat. Check out the boots. Y'all see Neat.
Should I close it up or keep it open? I like
Keep it open, yeah. Yeah. We don't.
It's giving body in real life.
It's definitely giving body. It's definitely giving body. Y'all, Neek is so freaking beautiful. I know we be looking crazy sometimes on our lives, but when you see us in person, we really looking fresh. And the big out. Yeah.
You said leave it open.
That's hot.
But yeah, so like it's your girl be sitting down and y'all only be seeing me from here up, but it's giving body in real life.
It's definitely giving body. He already got these niggas going crazy.
Thank you. Somebody said, Nick, my future baby mama, I ain't see you drop no coins in the chat. We out here in expensive New York, okay? Baby mama's gotta eat, okay? If you want me to be your baby mama, I'm gonna need a little drop in the bucket. It ain't no little bucket either. niquelaclaire is my cash app, okay? Period. Okay, well, you going back to the front? Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the front, but the guy gonna try to get me again.
Which one is it?
The one with the towel.
With the towel.
But I don't want to be over here by myself.
Nah, but I know when I do my live, I come right there by that tree. That looks gonna be some shady.
I'm about to walk back over there with Gerald Jaw.
Okay, I got you, man.
Let me contract this because I might have to pop it down. In case I got to let me hold this with one hand. Hold on, let me put my laptop in there. Because if y'all see the camera go every which way, it's because I done cracked his ass upside the head.
We gotta get through me first. We ain't get through me.
Hold on. All right, let me go back to the front though, for real. He got a towel. No, he black. He got a towel on his head. Child, if he say anything, I had to compact. Let me bring it down a little more. I had to compact my selfie stick because, child. I don't be, when it comes to females, it's what it is. But when it's crazy dudes with screws loose, child, I'm not about to even play with it. It's him sitting up there with that towel around him.
Where you want to go?
We can just go to the front. Yeah, it's been peaceful. I ain't been having no issues with nobody, child.
We ain't had no. That crazy.
That was the first time. And the marshals are out here as well. Hi. The marshals are out here as well. Child.
I just let it goes on.
We got, y'all see the news? He was, y'all seen him, he had the towel on. He had the towel on. Oh, hi, say hi to the people. Say what's up, what's up?
What's up?
What you think so far?
Man, I opened my mouth.
Yeah, now I gotta put you on the spot.
I think the jury's gonna make a decision by July 3rd.
Yeah.
Because of the holiday.
I think so too. All right, well, I ain't gonna keep you on too long. It's hard scrunching down there. Whew, Child, you want me to get my bag? I know it's heavy.
It's high, girl. We go park at.
It is
Stay
high.
where we was at, too.
I know.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I tried to make sure y'all seen him. That's why I moved over here. He was the one with the blue towel on. Yeah. But I tried to make sure y'all seen him. But I'm walking with a man. He didn't say nothing.
I don't know where we're going. We just walking.
It's cooler right here. You want to stand right here?
We show about to.
All right. Y'all, oh, sorry. I don't want to interrupt what they got going on. Oh, we could walk beyond the... All right. Because they be wanting you not to be in their little walkway. So me and Gerald are here, boots on the ground. They was like, Nick, don't go.
Yes, I was like, Nick, no, Nick been out here doing her thing. Don't leave right now. This is the good part right here. This is the good part. That's why it took me so long to get here, because I'm gonna come for closing arguments, you know. But some trials I go in the beginning, but this was just, I had a lot going on when this trial started.
Right.
But we here though. We here.
We here.
We here.
And we gonna know when these news media start moving around and they start doing their thing, then you gonna know that it's something going on.
Yeah.
But these is all the news tents right here set up. And then they got all the major outlets right here. You said I'm fuzzy? Y'all want me to move back? We can move back over there. Am I fuzzy? Or can we stay right here? Because it's cool right here.
It's cool right here. Or we go back to where we was over there. You want to go back over there?
I don't
it was
really...
real cool. Or you want to...
Oh, they said I'm good. So you can set up. You going live?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all stand. Okay, so I'm going to set up right here because it's cooler over here. All right.
I need that wind like the wind the other day.
I know, when it was a breeze.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to stay here. Hold on. I'm trying to... Let me sit this right here. All right, I just wiped my lens. But the marshals are out here patrolling as well, you guys. Normally the marshals aren't really walking around as much, but they are walking around, so you know, ain't nothing too crazy gonna happen. Oh.
Okay.
All right. Let's turn it. All right, so the lighting should be better right there. So it's hot, y'all. All right, my mom was calling me, Mom, I'm live. Yeah, Mama, I'm live, and I'm watching my front and my back. I'm watching my front and my back.
Who's coming?
Sean Diddy Combs.
I thought that was in Los Angeles.
No, that's here.
Oh.
Yeah, so the jury is deliberating right now.
Oh, they're in deliberation. I thought they were still doing summations. Oh my God.
Yeah, they finished summations last week.
That's what it was. Good work.
Yeah.
Well, let's see it happens.
Right, yeah.
Who are y'all rooting for?
Well, I think what's going to happen.
For the baby oil.
They
They said I'm rooting for the baby oil.
gives the Trump fund.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It's convictional.
Don't you think?
Yeah, might give a little $5 million and come out on home.
Yeah.
If you don't get, you know.
You want to say hi to the people?
I was watching.
You might.
I've been watching parts of the trial. Oh my God, you are sunk.
Yeah.
Sunk.
Do you think he's good?
Huh?
Do you think he's good?
Do I think of some things? Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, some things for sure.
Like, he had a good time. Like kicking that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just kind of sweating. Yeah.
They said we want to see who rooting for the baby oil. They want to see who said that. Come say hi to the people. They want to see who rooting for the baby oil. No, you got to turn around. Oh, let me turn the camera. Him right here.
There you go.
He said he rooting for the baby oil.
Go Johnson and Johnson.
I hope you get some good footage.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good day. I forgot I could flip my camera. YouTube, you want to say hi? Nique at night. Nique, and then AT, and then NITE for night. But oh, you said stay right here. Y'all said baby oil is completely sold out. Y'all are funny. Not baby oil is completely sold out, child. Well, y'all know that there's other off brands that you can buy. And they got other different types as well, so you know. We gon' see. And Astroglide, child. I was in Kmart. Not Kmart, Target. Child, they had the Astroglide there planted, so you can get the Astroglide, honey. You can get the Astroglide. NIQUE.
What's up, y'all? We live right here in front of the courthouse.
And then space. Oh, no, not me. Yeah. NIQUE. And then space. Oh, dang, I'm touching. It's NITE. Sorry. But we are right by the street, so you're gonna hear loud buses and stuff going by as well. Hey y'all. What's up? Y'all said the off-brand is too watery. Child, it's gonna slide on and slide off. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all never heard of Astroglide until Diddy. What? That's crazy. I definitely had pizza since I've been here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank y'all so much. Not y'all been looking it up and purchasing. Child. A mess. But I really don't know what to talk about. I have to pull my laptop out again to read to y'all the closing arguments. How am I liking New York? It's okay. I mean, it's cool so far. So far, it's all right. You want me to do something?
Ooh, Lord, I want to step up. Okay, y'all, shout out to
Ooh,
Neek
I
at
look
night.
cute on your camera.
Shout out to Neek. Okay, Neek, so what do you think about everything that's going on? What do you think about Diddy? Should the jury find him guilty or not guilty? What are your thoughts?
I think that he's definitely guilty of Cassie's situation and dealing with the male guys that they had to fly in and pay for. As it pertains to Jane and the count for her, I don't really believe that one. But anything Cassie related, guilty.
Okay. Okay.
Everything else is up in the air, but it's ultimately up to the jury. The jury has the final say, and we already have people in the jury room that's not listening to instructions, and they doing what they want to do anyway. So we have 12 people who are just like you and I that have difference of opinions, and if you look on any social media platform, there's arguments on all of them. Largely all of the males, or majority of the males, side with Diddy, and a lot of the women, like myself, side with the victims. So, and then there's some women who side with Diddy as well. So these are the opinions of the people on the jury as well. So I imagine that it's heated in there, and I imagine that a lot of people are getting off their opinions, and they're gonna want to be out of that jury room come Wednesday. Hung jury, not guilty or guilty, I predict is gonna be read by Wednesday, and maybe even Tuesday if it get a little too smoking hot. Okay.
That's what's up. Thank you, Neek.
Thank you. Oh, and y'all, if y'all not following me, check me out on Neek at Night. Okay. Period.
Y'all, let me tell you something about Neek. When I be working sometimes, like when I first got started, Neek keeps me up like at night. I be watching her and I catch up on all my work. So shout out to Neek.
Shout out to Gerald.
Period.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You want to talk today, or you still don't want to talk? Okay, what you think of the case? Step back some, step back. All right, what you think of the case? What you think is going on in there? What do you think the verdict is going to be? Today we want a response. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
want a response from everybody today.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
No, I personally think that the trial and the evidence presented should be thoroughly discussed. It should not be a rush to judgment, regardless of what the judge may want or whomever may want. Jurors are there to determine one's guilt or non-guilt. As in any case, I think it should be thoroughly discussed. So if it takes today, if it takes 5 hours, it ain't gonna take 5 weeks because the judge will probably change it. But let's just say 5 days, 2 weeks. Let it take its proper process to determine one's innocence. All
right, well, thank you.
Anytime.
You going live? Where you going live from?
I am live.
You want to shout out your channel?
My channel is Always First Class Media on TikTok. It's Always First Class Media. M, actually. It wouldn't allow me. It wouldn't let me spell the E, the D, the I, the A. So it's Always First Class M. And I am live today.
All right, so he's live showing y'all these streets. Oh, they said they can't hear you. You got to speak up.
Can you hear me now? I am live via Always First Class M on TikTok. You can also find me at Kaleidoscope Fantasies on Instagram and Always First Class Media at Instagram. Peace.
All right. Sorry if the volume is low. We're on the street and I don't have my mic plugged in right now. All right, well, they're gonna shout you out. He on TikTok, y'all. They watching from where is everybody watching from? Where is everybody watching from right now? Always First Class Media, yes.
That is me. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Thanks for sharing your time and space with us.
They say you're not on YouTube. He said TikTok.
I'm on YouTube as well, but I'm not live on YouTube. Just live on. You'll find me live on TikTok, and I do some live via Instagram.
Okay. Alrighty, well, thank you.
Thank you for always sharing your time and space.
Okay, no problem.
It's greatly appreciated. She's very beautiful, inside and out. Says a lot when someone's willing to share their time and space with others. We We about family down here, just trying to find out what's happening. Peace.
Alrighty, thank you. So I'm gonna get more people to talk to y'all and give opinions and share what they think. We are heavily into jury deliberation. Thank you to the person that sent in a super chat. Thank you for everybody who has sent in a super chat. If you guys want to donate via Cash App, moderators, put my Cash App in the chat as well. Somebody says, Nick, do you think this case is going to open up other cases? I mean, I feel like everybody with a wallet is definitely a target. So anybody who got that money on, who did anybody wrong, people are looking for blood, okay? They're out and they're looking for blood. So let me see if I turn this angle where, is it better to turn this angle where y'all can see, but then I can't watch my back and my front that way. So I'm gonna do it this way. I don't know why I can't put a poll. I wish I could put a poll up. I don't know how to put a poll up so that I can get y'all responses. I wish I could get a poll, but that's what's going on the other side. That's the other side of the camera. It's really calm right now, other than that crazy dude who felt like he needed to say something. Other than that, it's pretty calm out here. I should have took a picture before I got all sweaty. I feel like I'm sweaty now, and I didn't take no full body picture. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, I should have took a picture before I got all sweaty and wrinkled. I don't feel like I'm too wrinkled. You lucky it just started pouring in New Jersey? Ooh, no. I don't think, I mean, it's possible that they come out with a verdict, but I don't think that they're going to come out with a verdict by today. I think it's possible tomorrow, Wednesday, any day after that. But I don't think today that they will come with a verdict. If you take my picture, you better send it.
Why would not?
Did you take it? Let me see. Oh, okay. It's looked dark, but we are in the shade.
We are in the shade.
But make sure to send it to me. Okay, take another. Maybe do it the long way.
Back to the long way. Guys, thank you so much. All right, y'all, we're live here at the show at the Diddy
Let me see.
And Lord, man, and I feel like I'm in the this is lovely.
Yeah, you got my, you know my Instagram? Nick at night. Okay, send it to me. Please, pretty please. NIQUE. Hold on. All right, thank you.
Oh, they having a drink trial?
I think so. I think so. Every content creator who is normally here is streaming. If you want to know where a content creator is, go to their channel and look up their stream. Okay? You said don't give him your address. I ain't giving nobody my address. One of my moderators do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll. Put a poll, guilty, not guilty, or hung jury. Let me see. Alfila, I just made you moderator. Can you make a poll on what the outcome for Diddy will be? If it is guilty, not guilty, or whatever. If it takes until Wednesday, it'll be a hung jury. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No, I do not have on blue anything. None of my undergarments are blue. So I don't know what you talking about. All right, so I guess I'll take a break going live. I'll go live back in a minute because I'm running out of things to talk to y'all about. I mean, I'm running out of things to say, and I don't want to just be looking at y'all and y'all looking at me and me looking at y'all and y'all looking at me and we just ain't saying nothing for real. Jared, you want to move around?
Yeah, we can move around. Somebody talking about a little bunk bed.
A bunk bed? All right, hold on. I'm gonna move around a little bit. Hold on, let me condense my selfie stick because when I get to moving around, I need to be able to whack somebody if I need to. You said, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to make a poll. You said, are we allowed to go in the courtroom? We able to go inside the building, yeah.
Thank y'all so much for the stars. Moderators, pay my cash app, please.
But this is the atmosphere. It said mods can't make polls.
No, when I tell you that, it's hot out.
Yeah, it's blazing. Sam. Yeah. This is the atmosphere. No.
You ain't going inside today? You look nice.
Thank you. What's your thoughts so far?
Very London-ish today, like you're from London.
I had to bring a different flair.
Yeah.
What you think today so far?
Well, I always had the feeling that it was going to be one juror that's going to stink up the room, that's going to hold stuff up. I always had that feeling. And it's happening. There's one jury that don't know how to follow instructions. I feel like it might be a hung jury. Like there's one person in there that's causing problems, don't agree with all the rest of it. That's just, it's like, you all are going left? Okay, I'm going to the right. I'm the only one going to the right. Now everybody can't come to an agreement because I'm going to the right. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to happen that's going to either be a hung jury or something to that effect. I don't think that they all going to get on the same page. And if they do, I think it's going to take like days. I think it's going to take days for them to get on the same page.
All right, that's Miss Knockout. Tell them where they can find your channel.
Tip to the Clizza. I don't know if you can say all the things on YouTube. Miss_Knockout. That's MISS_KNOCKOUT. I'm mostly based on TikTok, but I do have a YouTube location. I got to scramble it up for here. Miss Knockout TV. on you to the Tuesday.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. That's legal.
What's the island with the K's?
Hey, you want to say hi to the people? What's your thoughts so far on what's going on?
Well, like I was just telling Juror, I believe that the prosecution is clearly correct. Okay, they're sitting there saying that the juror's not, trying to follow the instructions. I think they're upset because they don't know if they have it in the bag or not. And they were complaining about the text messages earlier that they want to get to the jurors or whatever. I feel like they didn't prove their case. There is reasonable doubt. And the defense just really took it home with that closing argument. And when what's her name, Comey got up there for the rebuttal, I feel like she was telling some lies. Some of the things she said just were not true. She embellished a little bit. I won't say she lied, but she clearly embellished when she said Diddy stomped Cassie in the face for 10 whole minutes. I know nobody testified to that. Maybe Capricorn Clark said that.
Well, they did say that he kicked her and he kicked her and he kicked her that one time.
Right. You stomp somebody in the face for 10 minutes straight, stomp, not just kick, stomp. That's how I took it, because that's exactly what she said. You're going to be in the hospital. But then also when she said that it was a freak off because he had on the towel. But I thought Cassie said that he was in the shower. So that would explain why he held the towel. I'm just saying. And then she said something about, when she talked about the guns at the freak offs, nobody said there was guns at the freak offs, to my recollection. So I don't know. I mean, it could go either way, but a lot of people are thinking it's going to be a hung jury, which is what I'm probably thinking.
All right, shout out your channel, and where can the people find you?
I'm the original Queen Amadai Shakur show. I know some of y'all are mad, but I'm just keeping it real. I think the defense did a better job.
All right.
Yeah, I think they did a better job.
All right, so that's what she says. You want to talk to the people? She says she exhausted. She had. What y'all think? What y'all think?
What do we think about what, ma'am?
The trial.
I mean, like I said, I'm telling everybody, and I'll say it again, I don't want to see that man do life, man. You understand what I mean? Because see, the thing is this, somebody's after him. You understand what I mean? So to give them what they want, if you want to charge him with the lesser crime and find him guilty on a lesser crime, then so be it. But to put that man in jail for the rest of his life, I don't support that. He don't deserve it. I think we got bigger fish to fry to do that. You understand what I'm trying to say? To put this man, his wealth, and his whole family, if you do that, then the whole family suffers for life. You understand what I mean? The whole generation, the structure of the family will suffer.
Now, do you think that the prosecution really proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt?
Well, I haven't been paying too much attention to have the know-how of understanding what the prosecution did. However, from the reports, especially CNN, the way Laura Coates has broken it down, doesn't sound like the prosecution proved their case. The one thing I do know about racketeering and enterprise is that you have to be getting money, and there has to be some type of funding coming in to build your organization. Right. You understand? Or to keep the organization right, and the organization has to grow from that. You understand what I mean? This man has established all of these agencies or whatever, his businesses long before this business. You understand what I mean? If anything, I would say this. In truth, domestic violence is just what it is. You understand what I mean? Right. Then it should have been brought on a state level. Right. Why include this on a federal level and things of that nature? It's just not fair.
So do you think that he's guilty of anything, or you just think that he shouldn't do life because he has people that need his money?
Good question.
From the public perspective, he's guilty of something. That's something I really don't even know.
No, I'm asking your perspective. What do you think he's guilty of, if anything?
What about the Mann Act? Transportation.
See, the Mann Act is a historical law that was brought upon for Jack Johnson when he was dealing with a white woman. You understand what I mean? I'm sorry?
Chuck Berry as well.
I didn't even know that. Thank you for telling me. But I remember because I'm a fan of boxing, and historically I know about boxing. So that was 100 years ago. Here we are in 2025, and you want to apply that to this man? That's not a Mann Act. You understand what I mean? So I don't think he's guilty of anything. Okay? Yeah. To answer your question, I don't think he's guilty of anything. You understand what I mean? I think he's guilty of wrongdoing. That's the difference. Wrongdoing.
Immoral acts, perhaps?
Immoral acts, yes. Unless I'll feel like this. Not everybody is moral with immoral standards and live their life in a moral high standards. You understand what I mean? So in the odds of Christianity and Muslim as myself or whatever, that is a guilt act. Let's just be for real. You understand what I mean? But to have it and display as law in front of the law, no. You understand what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's a personal thing. You understand what I'm trying to say?
All right, well, thank you.
You're more than welcome. And my name is Ronald. I'm from the Bronx.
From the Bronx? What kind of work do you do?
I'm a clinical social worker.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, I am. And I'm on vacation starting today. That's why I'm here today.
I know that's right.
Don't get it fucked
Oh,
up.
okay. He
But it's
said he's
okay.
Ron, a clinical social worker.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes.
You have your own office?
Huh?
You have your own office?
No, I don't, but I will be one day. I will one day, but yeah, you know.
I just wanted to see if you did.
All right, so that's Ron. He's out here. Queen Amadaya out here. And he came all the way from Cali as well. What's your thoughts?
I'm a journalist. I can't really get my opinions like that.
Oh, boo.
I'm going to keep it like that. I can get my opinions like that. But I will say that the Mann Act, from a historical standpoint, is factually a racist law from Jack Johnson. Also, they went after Chuck Berry for that law as well. And I will say one thing. If he is charged and found guilty of racketeering, I would feel horrible for the mom and also the children. Those little 18-year-old girls, the ones who want to go to college. The government says we're going to take away all your money, and you can't even go to college anymore. Like I kind of feel bad for them in that standpoint. No, I'll give my opinion on that.
All right, well, I mean, hopefully he left some money in trust for them and things of that nature. But all right.
He brought other people in the bedroom, him and his girlfriends agreed to do this.
But I feel like there's somebody in there that's gonna be, when they go left.
Hey, Henny Boo.
That's what I'm feeling. There's one person in there.
I moved from inside there. That crazy man was calling me the B word. With the towel on.
We need to curse him out.
We ain't engaging. Hey, Henny wrote me a very encouraging email and telling me to stay. I appreciate her because she a part of the reason that y'all are getting this live right now, because she wrote me a very, very encouraging email and telling me, Nick, stick it through, stay, don't leave. Let me drop my bag real quick. Hold on 1 second. We want to talk to Henny.
Listen,
so,
y'all follow her. I couldn't let her leave. Neek has been putting in that work, and she deserves every moment. Right now, we're on verdict watch. The media is going to want to talk to people. She deserves her flowers, and she deserves her opportunity. So, yes, stay, Neek, and I'm glad you stayed.
I did. I had to stay after that. I mean, I was like, oh, when I read your email, I was like, okay, that's so sweet. Let me see. Let me move some stuff around.
Yes.
But what do you think so far as it pertains to the juror that didn't want to answer or follow the direction and all of the other things?
Well, what it is they said he couldn't follow the instructions. So they had to go and give suggestions from both the defense and the prosecution side. I'm not surprised that people may be having a hard time following along with some of the instructions, even though I think Judge Submaranian laid it out pretty good. This is a complicated case. So I wasn't surprised that somebody was having a hard time with it. Yeah.
I don't think they said he was having a hard time. They said he won't follow the orders.
Oh, I thought they said he couldn't.
Meaning that he wouldn't.
I don't know. See, and that's what the defense was saying. They were arguing like, well, we don't know because cannot is such a vast word.
Right.
So either way, if he won't follow the instructions, then the drama has begun, folks.
Right. That's what I said. Well, shout out your channel.
I'm That Girl Henny Reviews on YouTube. And you can follow me on IG, official That Girl Henny.
All right, y'all. Thanks. I'm gonna probably end my live, y'all, because I'm tired of talking and I need to go get some water. I need to go get some something cold to drink. It is super hot out here. Literally, I'm sweating under these clothes. So I'm gonna talk to y'all. If there is any like major update or anything, I'm going to let you guys know first. Turn on your notification bell and stay up to date with my coverage. But thank y'all so much. I'll be back, y'all.